In this video, I'll show you how to sell a coaching call with System.io. So first of all, I'll show you the pages you need to set up for your coaching funnel. Then I'll show you how to configure your pages, how to connect your payment gateway, how to set up your checkout so you can actually take the payment for that coaching call. I'll then show you how to set up your booking calendar so your client can book the appointment with you. And if you stick with me to the end of the video, then we're also going to show you how to embed a Google form onto your funnel so you can also ask your client a few questions ahead of the call if you need to do that. So let's jump into the video and I'll show you how to set this up. Okay, so here we are inside of System.io and I'm under website sales funnels, and we're inside right now a sales funnel I created, which is a coaching consulting funnel. So I use this funnel as an example to show you how to sell a coaching call with System.io. So first of all, on the left-hand side, here are the pages that make up this funnel. So first of all, we have a squeeze page at the front of this funnel, which is this page right here. So this page, you can offer a free lead magnet in exchange for a person's email address. And once your new subscribers enter their information in here, they go to our second page, which is a thank you page. But here you can offer a free mini training that solves a particular pain point that your client has, just so they get a sample of how good you are actually solving their problems. And in your video, you'll encourage them to click the button here to book an appointment with you. So of course, you can use this funnel if you're offering free discovery calls or paid discovery calls. So once a person clicks this button, currently I have this funnel set up to offer paid coaching calls. So on this thank you page, once they click that button, they'll go to our checkout page, which currently looks like this. So this is where they can actually make their payment for the appointment. And when they click the confirmation and pay now button, they'll then be shifted to the next step of the funnel, which is the booking page, which is the calendar page where they can book their appointment, which looks like this. And we have the System.io calendar embedded right here. Now, of course, if you prefer to use Calendarly or TidyCal, for example, you can embed that here instead. But the System.io calendar is pretty good now. And I actually prefer it now since System.io has now enabled you to connect your System.io calendar to your Google Calendar to ensure you don't get double bookings. And personally, I think this looks really nice. But anyway, it's up to you, of course, what calendar you want to use here. But if you do want to use the System.io calendar, I'm going to show you how to configure it in this video. But what you'll also want to do is you want to watch this video that I'm showing on the screen right now, because that video will show you how to connect your System.io calendar to your Google Calendar. Just like I said, to make sure you don't get double bookings with anyone that might be already booked in on your Google Calendar. And it just makes it easier for you to organize your bookings as well. So I've left a link to that video in the description below this video, so it's easy for you to find it. So at the end of this video, I recommend you go back and watch that short video as well, just to set that up. Anyway, once your client has booked their time slot, they'll then go to the questionnaire page, which is this page here where we have a Google form embedded to collect a little bit of information from your client ahead of the call. Now, if you want to save yourself a ton of time, then you can get access to this funnel template via the link in the description below this video. So this funnel is already set up and ready to go, and you can completely customize it as you want. Of course, change all the colors and add your logo, add your text, and add your images and so on. It will just save you a lot of time, and you already have the correct page types set up and links to one another. So if you prefer to use my funnel template right here and just customize it to your brand and your messaging, then that link is in the description below this video. And you'll be able to import this template into your own System.io account with just one click. So it's pretty easy to use. Anyway, let's go back into the back end of this funnel right here. And I'll show you the things you need to set up so you can actually sell a coaching call with System.io and actually take your payment and also schedule your booking with your client. Now, also, if you stick with me to the end of the video, I'll also show you a little tweak you can make to this funnel if you wanted to change this funnel around slightly so you'd use it to offer free discovery calls. Anyway, I'll show you that at the end of the video. So starting on the first page of the funnel, which is our opt-in page right here. First thing we want to do is connect this pop-up form right here to an automated email sequence. So that way you can collect your new subscribers' email addresses and automatically subscribe them to an automated email campaign. So that campaign will drip them out some helpful content as well as nudging them to book a call with you. So inside of System.io right here, with the squeeze page selected, and we know it's selected because it has a light blue background here, whereas the other ones have a white background because they're not yet selected. So the first thing we need to do is go to Edit Page to open the editor of this page. Now this button here triggers the pop-up, and your pop-up is found in the top left menu right here. So click on the pop-ups, and now here is the pop-up set up right here. Click on the little eye icon. Now here we can edit the pop-up. Click on the button, and now you see the menu will change the left-hand side here. You want to make sure the actions here, first one, action when button clicked, is selected to submit the form. That way, System.io will collect this information for you. And here where it says, do you want to redirect users after the registration? And yes, we do. From the drop down, we want to make sure this is on to the next step. So that way, once they click the button, the information will be collected and they'll automatically be redirected to page number 2 in our funnel. So make sure you save your changes, come to exit in the top right. And now here, still with the squeeze page selected, what we need to do is now set up an automation rule. And this automation rule will then subscribe your new email contacts to an automated email campaign. And you set up your email campaign by coming to the top menu bar, hovering over emails and then select campaigns. And now in here, you can create an automated campaign right here by clicking the create button and setting up your campaign. I'm not going to show you how to do that in this video because this video will go on forever otherwise. If you don't know how to do that, then you can watch this video that I'm showing on the screen right now. And that video will walk you through step by step exactly how to set up your automated campaign. I've also linked that video in the description below this video, so it's easy for you to find it. So now with your campaign set up, next thing we need to do is create a tag for your new subscribers. That way we can tag them as a lead. So we know that they're just a lead at the moment, they're not client yet, and you'll know that they've come in through this particular funnel. So we'll just do that, come to CRM, go to tags. Now here we need to set up a simple tag, come to the top right, click on create, and we're going to create a tag simply by naming it. So I've named this coaching funnel lead. I've just put some stars behind it. That's just for me to remember to come back and delete this tag after, because I'm just doing this as a demo for you guys. I'm not actually going to use this for anything. Anyway, I click save, and that's created our tag right at the top here. And now we can go back to our funnel. So select sales funnel and come back to the funnel we're working on. Make sure your squeeze page is selected. So what we're going to do now is we're going to be connecting this order form to the automated campaign. So as soon as they opt in here, System.io will collect their information. They'll be subscribed to the automated campaign. So they'll start to receive those emails from you over time. And at the same time, they're then redirected to page number 2 of the funnel. So just to make that connection, all you need to do is come to automation rules right here. Now remember, I've still got the same squeeze page selected. Click on add rule. And now here, the trigger for the rule, by clicking this plus button here, is this first option, funnel step form subscribed. That's the trigger. And now what actions we want to have occur when that trigger happens. Click on the plus button. We have lots of different options for your trigger. And the first option we want to choose is to add a tag. So now from this area, we have a drop down menu that should show us all our tags. So I'm just going to go and find that tag we just set up. Here it is right here, coaching funnel lead. Click on this, click on save rule. So now the tag will be added. We also need to set another action, which will be to subscribe to the campaign. So come over to the far right hand side menu, this little dots menu here, click on edit automation rules. We're going to edit the same rule. So the same trigger will assign the tag and then click on the plus button. It's also going to do an additional action, which is subscribe to campaign. And now here we get a drop down menu with all our email campaigns all listed here. And you just choose the one you want to subscribe them to. Click on save rule and that is all now set. So now once this button is clicked, they're going to go to page number 2, which is right here. So let's head over to page number 2. Come to the right hand side, click on edit page. You just want to make sure that this button here, so if you click on it, the menu bar on the left hand side will change again. You just want to make sure at the top here where it says action when button clicked, it says to the next step URL. So that's the option you want to choose. So that way, after they've watched your video, they'll click the button and then they'll go to page number 3, which is the checkout page to make the purchase. So on the checkout page, of course, you can edit the page first of all by coming into the far right hand side, click on edit page. You can make any aesthetic changes you want to change here, the look and feel of the page. But in terms of actually setting up the payment option, so you can actually charge for your call and take payment, what you need to do is let's exit out of here first. Now, before you set up your checkout, what you need to do is make sure you've got a payment gateway connected. And I recommend at least 2. For example, PayPal and Stripe are the 2 I use because not everyone uses PayPal. So they have this option for Stripe as well, and vice versa. So to do that first, let's go over to the top right, hover over your profile icon, click on settings. And now in the left sidebar, you need to come down and select this option here, payment gateways. And under payment gateways, here are all the different payment gateways that can connect into System.io. And very, very simple. As you can see, I've already got Stripe and PayPal connected. All you do is select the 1 or 2 or 3 that you want, come over and click the connect button, and then follow the steps to connect your account. It's very simple. Then once that's done, let's now go back to our funnel. And we're working on the checkout page here. So with the checkout page selected, here is where we can set up our pricing for the coaching call. So now at the bottom where it says choose offer type, got 2 options, digital product or physical product. So the coaching call will be considered a digital product. You should not actually send them anything physical in the post. Where it says digital product here, if we come over to the right hand side, it was this little blue plus button. Click on this. And now we can name, first of all, product. So I'm just going to name it one-to-one coaching call test, just so that way I know that this is not actually what I'm using. And now under here, we've got more options that have now appeared. The first one here, it says resources. Come over to the right hand side, click on the plus button. And the options we have are courses, course bundles, tags, or communities. So first of all, what we need to do here, the one that's relevant to us out of these options is tags. So what we actually need to do is set up an additional tag, which will help us identify between the people who are just coaching call leads and coaching call purchases. So let's go back up to CRM, go to tags, and now here you need to create a new tag. Come up to the top right, click on create my new tag. Okay, something like that, coaching call purchase. So that way, when I look at my subscribers in my System.io account, I can clearly identify which are the ones that are active clients who have purchased a call and which ones are just leads who are interested but have not yet purchased a call. So now with that set up, let's go back to our funnel and we're on the checkout page. So we just need to just do this again because I didn't save it. So name the product, one-to-one coaching call with your name, and then resources, come over to the plus button, and the options, we're going to select the tag. And now we have the drop-down menu, which should list all our tags, and we should see that new tag, which is right here. So now this time, if a person goes the extra step and actually books a call, they'll also be applied with this tag. And now we need to set a price. So come over to the right-hand side, click on the plus button, and you choose if this is a one-time payment, a subscription, or a payment plan. Let's keep it on one-time payment. Now, if you already have a pricing plan set up, then it'll all be in the drop-down menu right here. If you need to create a new one, you click on this link here that says create a new one. And now you have some more options that appear here. Now, this is really important because this is what's going to be displayed on the actual checkout page. So once you set this up, the price will appear right here and it will say whatever you've written here in terms of what they're actually purchasing. So I just write the same thing, one-to-one coaching call with your name. This now will then also be shown on the order form next to the price once it's set up. And this is the name that will appear in your dashboard. This is just for you to see. And usually I just keep it the same. I don't really usually see why it needs to be different. But anyway, that's what that's about. Now, this is really important. The statement descriptor. This is what will appear on the client's bank or credit card statement so they can identify what this payment's for. So make sure this is really clear because the last thing you want is for your client a month or two later to see their statement and not recognize what the payment was for and then phone the bank and request a charge back. So just make sure this is very, very clear. So maybe even some one-to-one call with your name or your brand name or whatever it is. And then here, the option if it's a one-time payment, which is what we're going to go with. And then here is where you enter your payment amount. So let's just say, I don't know, $199. And now you just click save, and that will then save this payment option. I'm not going to click save because annoyingly in System.io, once you've created the payment, you can't delete it. Now, it's not a big problem at all. It's just that I don't want a long list of payment options set up in my account that I'm not going to use. It just starts to look a bit messy otherwise. Because after all, this is just a demo for you guys. I'm not actually using this for anything, but you get the idea. Once you click save here, you'll then see the price listed here along with the name of your coaching call. And this page will then be ready and set to take the payment. It'll all be active. So just, of course, make sure you update whatever it says here to what the actual price is that you're actually charging. And now another important thing to note is on these checkout pages, you don't need to do any further steps to configure this button in order to move your client to the next page after they've purchased. Because within a checkout page, that function is already built into this page. So once your client clicks this button, the payment will be submitted and they'll automatically be sent to the next page in your funnel. So in our case, the next page is this booking page right here, which currently looks like this for this particular funnel. And as you can see, I'm using the System.io calendar. So let me show you quickly how to set this up and get it live so it can actually book appointments with your clients. So back in System.io, we need to come to CRM and calendar. And now here under calendar, we can set up a new calendar by coming to the top right and clicking on create new event. But before we do that, I recommend you first of all set up your global availability, which is right here. Now, these are the times each week that you're generally available, usually, which is really handy. So we click on the button at the top right here to create a new event. Then when we scroll down here, we can just use this button here to use our general global availability. Or if you want to set up specific availability just for this particular calendar only, then you can toggle this off and then choose dates and times specific to this calendar only. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. So I do recommend you set up, first of all, that global availability. It's just a really handy feature when you come to set up any future events. So with that said, we're now going to set up our calendar. So come onto the top right, click on create new event, and we'll name our calendar. And here we can select the duration of our call. Let's go for an hour and host name, enter your name right here. And now here is location for the event. So we can select if it's an online meeting, phone call, or meeting in person. So for this one, let's go for online meeting. And now you can integrate System.io with Zoom or Google Meet simply by checking the button here. But in order to use those options to have them actually functioning for you, before you did that, you just need to make sure you go into your System.io account, come to your profile icon in the top right, click on settings, and then you can connect Zoom here if you're using Zoom, or you can connect Google Meet. If you had another platform other than Google Meet or Zoom that you wanted to host your meeting, you click external link and you can copy the link of any meeting you want right in here. So I'm going to click on Zoom, select that, click on save. Now you can write a description for your meeting if you want to. And now here is where we want to connect it to our Google Calendar. So this is very, very important. First of all, to make sure you don't get double bookings. So if you've got other people already booked in your Google Calendar, having this connected will then enable System.io to read your Google Calendar and then not book people in slots that you already have booked on your calendar in Google. If that makes sense. And I personally also find it easier to manage my bookings via Google Calendar anyway. So you toggle this on, and then you need to select from the drop-down menu the specific Google Calendar from this drop-down right here. Now, if you wanted to use this option to connect to Google Calendar, I have to show you that in a separate tutorial. So if you also want to do that, which I highly recommend, you'll need to watch this video I'm showing on the screen right now. And that video will walk you through step-by-step how to do it. It's actually a pretty quick and easy process. There's a few important things you just need to get right. So I really recommend you watch that video. I've linked that video in the description below this video, so it's easy for you to find it. And then down here is where we select our availability. So I'm going to keep it on the global availability. And then coming down here, we can select the start time increments for our meetings if you want them to show it every 15 minutes or every 30 minutes or what have you. And now here is the daily limit to how many bookings max you'll have per day. And now here we've got the option for buffer time. So if you wanted 10, 15 minutes before or after your call just to get a coffee or stretch your legs or whatever, you can set that here. And now this option here enables your System.io calendar to automatically detect time zones of your clients when they're visiting your page and show the meeting times in their time zone, which is really handy. So I'm going to select that, come up to the top and click on Save and Preview. Now here is a preview of what our calendar is going to look like. And here, when a client clicks on any of the days, they'll see the appointment slots that are available to them on that day. So now that's set up, pretty simple. And this is the name of this new event we've just set up. So now what we need to do is embed this particular calendar into our page in System.io. So let's go back to our funnel and with the booking page selected, click on Edit Page. And now if your calendar wasn't yet here, all you do is come over to the right-hand side from the elements in the sidebar, find the calendar option, and then you drag it into where you want it on the page. Let's say I wanted to drop the calendar in this section right here. I'd create a row, drop in the calendar, and then with the calendar selected, this is the important part where it says event. From the drop down, you'll see your calendars that you have set up. And this is a new one we set up right here, one-to-one coaching call test. Click on this, and now this is the same calendar that we just set up. All right, so I hope that makes sense. So that's going to delete all that. But now if you've chosen to use my funnel template right here, as I said, you can get access to this exact funnel via the link in the description below this video. When you come to set this up, all you do is you click on the calendar right here and under events, you'll select your specific event that you've just set up under the calendar section in your System.io account. Okay. And now really important to be aware of when you select this calendar here, the sidebar menu changes. This is all your configuration for your calendar. So the first page at the top here, as you notice, there's three options, your calendar, form, and thank you. So the calendar is currently shown as a blue button, which means this is the calendar where I can make any changes to this part of the calendar. And if I click on form, this is the next part of the calendar. Once your customer or client has selected their time slot and clicks next step, they'll then go to step 2 of the calendar, which looks like this. This is where they enter their name and email address or whatever other information you might want to collect. So you can add or remove any of these fields that you don't need. And then once they've clicked submit, they are then sent to this thank you page that is still within your same calendar. So if you click on the thank you here, this is a little box they'll then see, which confirms the booking. So that's all fine. And now at this point, System.io automatically will send you an email and also your new client an email on your behalf to confirm the booking to both of you with the details and the link to the Zoom link for the meeting, which is great. And System.io will then also send you and your client another email 24 hours ahead of the call. I think there's then one more, which I think is either an hour or maybe 15 minutes. I think it's an hour before the actual call. And you don't have to configure those emails. It's already set up for you. Now, at this point, you could just leave it. But personally, I think it's nice, or you may actually want to have a need to ask your client ahead of the call a few questions. For example, if you want to ask them what they want to discuss on the call or what they particularly need help with, or if there's info that you need about them or their business or whatever, it's good to have that option. So this is why I like to have one more page, which is right here to embed a Google form, just to ask a few questions to collect this information via Google Forms. However, how can we now redirect that client to that page? So what we can do with this calendar selected, so we've got the thank you part selected of this calendar. When we look in the sidebar here, it says, do you want to redirect the user after booking confirmed? Now, by default, it will be on no redirection. But from the options here, we've got custom URL. So if you wanted to, you could just select custom URL and paste the URL of your Google form right in here. Personally, my preference is to go to the next step, which is where I've created this additional page right here and I've embedded the Google form instead. I just think that looks nicer. So in order to do that, when we select to the next step, this button now appears right here, which says finish. And here we've got this option for a sub headline. So if I write something in like this, important, click the finish button below to complete a 3-minute questionnaire. This must be done before our call so I can prepare and make the session as valuable for you as possible. Please do this now. Thank you. Okay, so that way client will come down here, click on the finish button, and then be redirected to this page with your Google form. So let's go back to the last page now in our funnel, which will be this one here, questionnaire page. And with the questionnaire page highlighted, let's go over to the right-hand side, click on edit page. Now here is where our form is embedded. Now, let me show you how to do this. So let's pretend this isn't actually here right now. Well, if I just delete it, and I'll show you again. So if I delete this box, what you'd need to do is I'm going to drag and drop a row in there. Let's drag that right in here. And now I have this space to add my form. So in the left sidebar, I'm going to scroll right down and find this option at the bottom here. It says raw HTML. So I'm going to click and drag that into that box. And if I click on this raw HTML, if I come over to the left, there's this button here that says edit code. Click on this. And now I'm going to head to my Google form. Then you need to come up to the top right, click on the send button. And now here you have some options where it says send via, and you want to select this last option, which is the embed HTML. So select this code right here, copy that, come back to our funnel. So if you remember, what we've done here is we've selected the HTML element, clicked on the embed code, and now here we just need to delete this crap that's in here. So that's all empty, and now paste in our code right here. Click on save, and now here is our form embedded. And then come to the top, click on save changes. And now if I click on the eye icon to view this page, this is what the form will now look like embedded in our page. Okay, so now once all that's set up, as I said earlier, you also want to make sure that you've connected your System.io calendar to your Google Calendar. So in order to do that, I recommend you watch this video next right here, which will walk you through exactly step-by-step how to do it. Or if you also want to use the pipeline feature inside of System.io to add your new leads and also booked clients to your pipeline, then watch this video right here.